What's up, you guys? My name is Michael Rutherford. I am in Costa Rica. What's your name?
Janet.
I'm with Janet. Hey, welcome to Better Stories, where we travel around the world and interview cool, kick-ass people, and we hear their stories, that their life and their bodies and their brains and their whole worlds have been transformed from ketones, from the community of PRUVIT, the business of PRUVIT, and this is going to be fun. You ready?
I'm ready.
Do you have any clue what we're going to talk about?
Do I know what I'm going to talk about? Yeah.
We're going to talk about you.
Exactly.
We're not talking about bias today.
All right.
Well, what's your tale, Mother Goose? Kind of share with them who you are, where you're from, a little bit about you.
My name's Jannet. I'm from Indiana, the very bottom south, so not Indianapolis. And I have been I'm a mother of three. I have a new granddaughter, and been with the business for 6.5 years.
Very cool.
Yeah.
What? How did you get introduced to this whole thing? Did you see an ad on a newspaper? Did you see one of those beach helicopters with a flag coming behind it that said, "Get some ketones"? How did you find out about it?
Actually, I work at a gym, and someone handed me a pack and said, "Try this."
Hit him a big flex.
Jim, where's your muscles? Let me see your.
My musculo.
The whole time, yeah.
Okay, so you work at a gym. What happened?
And so I was like, okay, let me try this. What is it? And I
Back
think
up.
back
Who
up.
showed it to you?
Sorry.
Sorry.
Mary Magazine showed it to me.
She physically walked the pack up to you and said,
handed
"Drink
it
this."
to me in my hand and said, "I want you to try this."
If you do our business, this is not hard. Why'd you try it? Did you know Mary?
I knew Mary. She was one of my clients.
A friend shared it with her.
She said, "Would you like?" She shared it with me and told me 2 of the benefits.
Okay, cool. Why'd you try it?
I was a size 16 at the time, so fat loss was huge for me, and I've tried everything. And sleep, because I'm not a deep sleeper. Every noise wakes me up.
Okay, so prior to the ketones, how about now? Did you lose any fat? Did you get any sleep?
Yeah, I am a size 8, transformation crazy.
You got cut in half.
Cut in half. And sleep's amazing.
Cool.
Yeah, definitely.
Very cool. And you've been drinking the product for how long? 6 years?
6.5. I think company opened in September. I started in June.
I could think of defining moments where I knew the product was A, for me, and B, something I would drink forever. What's something that comes to your mind, like a personal experience where, for me, it was the very first day I drank it. It just turned me on. Like I literally was on, lit like a Christmas tree, and I went, I've never felt like this before. It wasn't like an energy drink feeling. It wasn't like a Mountain Dew and Snicker bar feeling. That was my go-to snack. It was just a different mental clarity and energy at the same time with no crash. First day. And then I have tons of others like it, like a Disneyland trip where I just didn't crash. Go, 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 go all day. Can you think of a particular experience, a particular moment where you're like, oh, this is the goods. This is like going to be in my life forever?
Honestly, it was after day 1, the sleep.
Really?
So, yeah. Not the energy. I'm a very energized person, but it was the sleep. The sleep was the number 1 benefit for me. I was like, what is it? Wait, what's in this? And so I remember she only gave me 2. So I remember seeing her the next day, and I said, what is this? Because whatever's in it, I want more, because I want to be able to sleep like that. That was awesome.
So obviously sleep, those benefits, you started to say the sharing part of it came naturally because people were just curious. Mm-hmm. It's funny when you pursue your own version of what you want to do and be better. Maybe it's lose weight, maybe it's some hormonal clarity or some menstrual clarity or some just mental clarity or just feeling better. When you pursue that and you start experiencing it, people are watching you shift.
Oh, yeah.
Look, if you work somewhere, everyone around you goes, wait a minute, something's different with Janet.
Wait a minute. Who are you?
Something's different.
Yep.
Might be energy. It might be the edges are sanded down a little bit from maybe somebody's mood. Maybe your booty starts shrinking or faces start thinning out.
Right.
I don't know what it is. Or just you slept better.
Right.
A good night's sleep changed somebody's life.
Oh, yeah.
So is that what kind of happened? People started asking questions?
Yeah. People were like, what are you doing? I'm like, what are you talking about? And they're like, because I work in a gym.
Right.
Right? So I'm like, I don't know. I'm not doing anything different except drinking this pack of ketones. And they're like, well, what is that? I'm like, well, have you heard of ketosis? Honest to God, I had no idea what ketosis was, and I worked at a gym. Didn't know what that word was. So I was beginner, and I was like, you don't know what ketosis is? Oh my God, you're burning fat after you drink one of these. Like,
You're like, I am?
burning fat, that's why you lose your fat. And they're like, but anyways, I think the biggest thing was they saw the transformation. Like, I didn't see it. They
Right.
saw it. My kids saw it. My kids
That's
were
pretty
like,
cool.
why are you so nice, Mom? Like, you're like, it just everything.
Yeah. Here's a weird pro tip. I just thought of it. As you're going through this transformation, go to places you haven't been in a while. See people you haven't seen in a while. Does that make sense? You don't have to call them and go, hey, I got a product. You should buy it. Hey, long time no talk. You should buy my MLM. I don't mean that. Go reconnect with people you haven't seen in a long time. When you show up a little skinnier booty than last time, they're like, dang, girl, what you been doing?
Yeah.
And, when you sit down, you go, can I have an ice and a water? Take a swig of your ketones, and they're like, what's that? Is that what you've been doing to look all good? So a lot of times we don't feel it or see it in ourselves because it's your skin. You see it every day, all day, every day.
Right.
So it can feel, even though it might not be 30 days, you have a completely radical, like, world-rocking transformation. Right. Somebody who hasn't seen you in the whole 30 days goes, bro, 5 pounds, somebody could see it on somebody. Some body fat, some physical stress being released, couple good nights of good night's sleep. People will see that on you, man. They'll feel it on you. We had a lady ran a medical practice, a large naturopathic medicine facility. They do everything. And she was, Grouchy Tammy was her name. I swear, she ran the office. She was unbelievable. She's a good friend of mine. I've known her for 7 years now. And Grouchy Tammy was nice Tammy at the office for 4 or 5 days. Mm-hmm. So Dr. Drucker, Dr. Nelson were like, Tammy, come into the office. What's happening? And she pulls out a pack of ketones and goes, get me on the phone with whoever gave that to you. Mm-hmm. So then Dustin's phone rings. This is another pro tip. Dustin's phone rings because she goes, I don't know everything. I'm just drinking it. Right. So then Dustin talks to him on the phone, explains the product to him, and they go, how do we do this as a business? Then guess what? My phone rings. And me and him and her went and met the 2 docs. And it was like grilling with the product for 20 minutes and then over to me for they all switch.
Right, switch gears.
And look at me and talk about the business.
Yeah.
So that's what will happen if you just stick to the program and if you take the product seriously and you follow the steps and the suggestions that we lay out as a community. But okay, so people have been drinking it. We'll share when we say business, it means a lot of things. It could mean the financial part of it, some money. It could mean the community. What parts of it do you like? What's a story that when you think about our business, it's made an impact in you?
Business is a big word, obviously, but for me, business with PRUVIT is for sure the community, right?
Right.
The people, just everybody that all the things I've learned from everybody, because we're all different, right? We all have different gifts. And I've learned in this 6 years of this process, the biggest thing is what do you have that I don't have that I can learn from and carry with it? Or what can I value and take from you to share with other people? God puts us all in this environment for a reason.
Yeah.
And we're all gifted. And if not, we wouldn't be here, right?
Yeah.
So, like, an experience like this, like coming out here with you all, not knowing you, but knowing you, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
I've learned so much.
Yeah.
So I feel like the business part, people get a little scared when you say business, right? But you can take it into any way that you want to take it and perceive it and do what you want to do for you.
Right.
I want to grow.
Yeah.
I don't want to be average. I want to keep climbing the ladder.
Yeah.
In every part, spiritual, physical, and mental. So
I had a lady tell me, she's like, well, I'm not really down with the business. And they're very heavily involved in the church. I think her husband's a deacon in the church. And I'm like, well, that's a business. How does it pay its bills? Mm-hmm. Budget, they have staff, they have tax returns. That's a business, my friend.
Yeah.
Why do you do it? Well, because we like, frankly, bringing people to the Lord. That's why they do it. I go, oh, cool, helping people? Sweet, got it. I'm with you. I'm into that. I'm with that. And I go, but it's a business.
Yeah.
I'm glad you're like not calling it one. It is.
Yeah.
And I go, and I'm not saying that's bad. That's just what it has to be.
Oh yeah.
And I said, so look at this as a helping people. Think of this as outreach. Think of this as coaching and mentorship and shepherding men and women towards their goals. Oh, it happens to be a business because there's a rewards plan.
Right.
And the product costs money, and when people buy it, you get a commission from it. And when your team grows and your community grows, you get a commission from that too.
Right.
Those are just bills paid. When somebody buys a box of ketones in Singapore, because we have a huge team there, in Colombia or in Ireland or in San Diego or wherever, every box that gets purchased is my kid's breakfast.
Right. Right.
It's your kid's breakfast if they're on your team.
Right.
And that's good.
Yeah.
They got helped. You get to create these better stories for people, and your family gets fed. Families gets fed. True story. And we'll get a couple last thoughts from you. Yesterday we went on a boat tour, Palo Verde boat tour, feeding monkeys from our hands fruit and stuff, and huge crocodiles and just crazy stuff. Flamingos flying through the air. I didn't even know they had flamingos here. Toucans, like wild.
Yeah.
And we get back and we're having lunch, like super authentic. The ladies kneading, tortillas right in front of us, and dragon fruit,
Drinks.
ice cream, and it's just unbelievable, right? And she said, our community thanks you. She didn't say, I thank you, or my family thanks you. She said, our community thanks you. And I literally said, why? Like, what do you mean? And she goes, the eggs were from a farm a few streets over. The dragon fruit, there's a dragon fruit farm a few streets over. All of the ingredients, the cheese comes from, there's a couple different kinds of cheese. They had goat milk cheese, they had dairy cow cheese, are from another farm down the street. The plates that we ate on were handmade by an artisan in a business down the street.
Right.
And as you're driving through the neighborhood, I'm thinking, what do these people do? And the answer is everything. Mm-hmm. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Everything.
Yeah.
And it wasn't some big corporation. It was little mom and pop community members.
Right.
You guys think of what we do as that. None of us are big corporations. We're all individual moms and dads and people that are just coming together going, hey, I have this talent, I have this skill, I can give this. So with all that said, kind of share maybe a tip or a trick that it could be related to coming to Costa Rica, because I know, tell them, she booked her trip, canceled it, booked her trip, canceled it, and then was like, all right, the heck with it, I'm going. What's something that you've armored yourself as a skill now that you've done this for a little bit that you think you could help somebody with?
I think the biggest thing is, being positive, like always being positive, always knowing that you can be the change. Don't doubt yourself, right? I think so many people doubt themselves, and don't doubt yourself. Know that you are a true individual, and that you're worth it. Like, your value is worth it, and everything that you say and do is worth it. So I always feel like, I had doubt, right? Of, do I come, do I not come, do I come, do I not come? Like, am I supposed to be there? But it wouldn't have even encountered if I wasn't supposed to be here. So take chances, have fun, live life, like, to the fullest, because tomorrow's never promised. We don't know what tomorrow is. We don't even know what this afternoon was. So
we don't even know what this morning is.
we don't know. All you do is listen, and when Michael says be ready in 5 minutes, we're ready, right? So yeah, awesome.
All right, you guys. Hopefully you're enjoying these better stories. That was latest episode with Jannet from Indiana, mama of 3. And she's had her whole world rocked with ketones. And I love the fact that you literally booked it, canceled it, booked it, canceled it. Like, instead of just playing ping, all of us are playing, if you're watching this as a guest, you're playing ping pong in your head. He's probably full of crap, but she seems pretty sincere. This might work. should try it. And then you're like, well,
right.
I don't know. And then we play this ping pong, mental ping pong back and forth, and it's hilarious. We do it all the time. I'm a winner, I'm a loser. I'm a winner, I'm a loser. Mm-hmm. I look good, I haven't lost any weight. I look good, I haven't lost any. Like, we just do it all the time. You have 2 wolves in your head, and you got to figure out which one you want to feed the most.
Right.
And one of them is love, and you're a winner, and one of them is fear, and you're a loser. Mm-hmm. And one of them is true, and one's not. You got to figure out which one you want to listen to, and it's completely up to you. I'm glad you listened to the right wolf and came
Yeah.
to Costa Rica, but I'm also glad you listened to the right wolf to try ketones when magazine gave it to you. And then
Right.
also when people asked you about it, instead of being insecure about saying, oh, it's this, I don't know everything, but you should check it out.
Right.
You guys, she didn't even know what it was, but was already sharing it because of how she felt. And she did the one thing that works, which is introduced other people on the team to say, hey, come help me. I want to answer this lady's question. So thanks for
Right.
watching Better Stories. You guys tune in tomorrow. We'll watch another one, baby. Let's go.
Thank you. All right. Good job.